It's your boy CG back at you guys again with some more cryptocurrency industry news and information. Now, if you guys could do me a favor before I get into information, hit that like button. It brings a lot more exposure to the page and it's free. So, why not? It'll take less than a millisecond of your time. Well, yeah, today's Bitcoin prices, well, just cryptocurrency prices across the board, everything seems to be, well, slightly in the red here or there for small pullbacks, but everything's been slightly in the green for the past 24 hours. I guess, the little pullback that we had is kind of taking its toll right now because I'm starting to see a little red across the board, but we're up. We're up as high as around 7,400 today, I think, but I guess it rejected that 7,500 barrier. But, you know, we already know what's going to happen in the long term, so these short term moves probably will be far more relevant to more like day traders, even though I still think day traders, you know, they're playing with fire when they day trade, especially in the cryptocurrency market. Maybe in finance alpha, but nah, not finance gamma. I said gamma last time, right? Or did I say beta? No, finance beta, not in finance beta. But moving on to today's article, well, today's first article actually, South Korea's central bank wants to digitize the won. So I was talking about this the other day as far as CBDC, central bank digital currencies. A lot of countries are starting to move towards this direction. But let's see what they have to say. Digitizing the South Korean won. There are multiple countries aiming to digitize their fiat currency in the coming years. Slowly but surely, all financial transactions are shifting to the digital space. Exploring additional options in that regard is never a wasted effort. In South Korea, there is an experiment going on to digitize the local won currency. The project is monitored by South Korea's central bank and will run until December 2021. It is not the first such time a venture is being discussed in the country. Initial remarks first surfaced in the late 2018 as the South Korean government expressed an interest in stablecoins. Several questions regarding this venture remain, however. It does not appear as if a blockchain based infrastructure will be used at this stage. Very little is known about the infrastructure being used for this digital yuan as of right now. Central bank digital currencies are being explored in many countries. For now, it remains unclear if there will be some sort of first mover advantage. Well, I don't really think it's like a first mover advantage. You may, benefit from it locally, but I don't think there's really like a first mover type of thing. But yeah, I guess they're saying that these new trials we're gonna have to just see the aftermath and we'll just go from there. But yeah, moving on to the next article. OKX users, OKX or is it OKX? I always say OKX because it looks like it makes sense because the E is capitalized. Well, OKX users can now convert small asset balances to OKB. So I guess that's the native token of the exchange OKX. And it's kind of similar to Binance's system where you can use like I guess dust and you can accumulate it into their native token, which is the OKB token. So that's interesting for those of you who use the OKX exchange. That might be something you never knew that you do know about today. Interesting though. I think a lot of the exchange tokens, as much as people argue their utility, they are a reflection of the production. I don't even say production. I don't even view utility coins as shit coins. A lot of people call them shit coins and vaporware and so on and so forth. But if you're looking at things from an older perspective. If you're looking at it in a new perspective, utility coins are basically the proof of business being done on certain platforms. A lot of platforms don't integrate their tokens very well, and they might as well be vaporware. But for the ones that do give general use cases for their native tokens, tokens are actually can be considered proofs of transactions or proof of business, proofs of revenue. Like just you can look at it as an overall proof of I don't like I'm looking for a word right now and I'm just kind of fishing around for it. But I'm pretty sure all you understand what I'm saying. Like the more people that use a platform, the more likely it is somebody will take advantage of the benefits that come with that native cryptocurrency on that platform. So in that essence, they can be used as, kind of like a marker point for how well they're doing. But that's just my perspective. That's my point of view. If all of you guys agree or disagree, you can put that in the comment section below. Next article: the crypto industry's Bloody Friday lawsuits. Do they hold weight? So apparently, a bunch of people, private entities, private individuals, got together and they filed class action lawsuits against the bigger companies or exchanges like Binance and KuCoin and so on and so forth because they violated U.S. SEC securities laws, whatever you want, like whatever they're saying that they did, And I actually did look at this article earlier, and a lot of things made sense as far as why these lawsuits held absolutely no weight whatsoever. But let's get straight to the point. Why these lawsuits hold no weight? I'm gonna have the article linked below so you guys can just check it out. But basically, they're saying that people were defrauded, XYZ, major losses were incurred because of these companies or entities, and they're trying to seek some type of, I guess, restitution is the word, or seek quote unquote justice. But here's the thing. The first thing, companies' terms and conditions. All of these companies, I'm not going to say all because I haven't read them all, but more than likely these companies had in their terms and conditions, wording or paragraphs that did state that you would be waiving your right to a class action lawsuit by using this platform. So that's number one, companies' terms and conditions. So basically they agreed to not post a class action lawsuit by taking advantage of these platforms or utilizing them. Protection by corporation or company. And that's another thing. A lot of these people that they're trying to sue, that you're gonna have to go through their entities, their corporations, whatever the overhead is, whatever their umbrella is that's protecting them directly, these individuals directly from any types of lawsuits or anything that may come their way through the justice system. 2-year statute of limitations. This is a big one. Basically, a lot of these companies, since their inception or their ICOs, whatever you want to state as their humble beginnings, are far beyond the 2-year statute of limitations. So it's been more than 2 years since Binance came out. If you understand what I'm saying, it's been more than 2 years. So they basically almost practically forfeited their right by waiting till this time to a class action lawsuit as well in this particular perspective to pursue any type of whatever they might be looking for, proceeds from pursuing them in the court, whatever you want to call it. They basically forfeited their right to do that. In most cases, like they're saying, they forfeited their rights, except for the protection by corporation or company. They forfeited their rights already. I don't even know why. Jurisdiction clause. This is the biggest one. A lot of these platforms, you can't be in the US using these platforms. So for you to actually state that you're trying to file a class action lawsuit against Binance or KuCoin, you're basically saying that you falsified or misrepresented yourself when you were signing up for this platform, saying that you were not a US citizen, because a lot of these platforms, you can't be a US citizen and use them. So that's another thing. They misrepresented their residency, misrepresented themselves as their persons, however it is that they became able to use these platforms, that's what they did. So that just goes to show you, how are you so able to use this platform? You know what I mean? And they're coming and to be from the US, filing a US class action lawsuit. Come on, man. You sound like a dummy. Hey, people are sore losers. They don't want to take the L's. A lot of people profited from the market. A lot of people took L's, and the people that take L's always want to take it to court. Man, finance is funny. Well, yeah, you guys tell me what you think about this in the comments below, and if you feel like these people may actually have valid reasons or valid points as to why they're seeking these lawsuits against these companies, or why they don't. Next article. The halving. Now 1 month away will be huge for BTC. So as you guys know, if you don't know already, BTC's halving is a cyclical event where the block production or the production of Bitcoin is basically cut in half. And normally under those conditions, it generally leads into a bull cycle because there is the supply is dwindling while the demand is only increasing, supply and demand. So that's the whole theory behind the halving that a lot of people have been talking about in the industry. So the halving is about 1 month away, and they kind of just wanted to explain what the halving is. And I just long story shorted it for you guys. It's basically them cutting in half the production, and the production is going to be cut in half until only 21 million BTC have been mined off the blockchain, of the Bitcoin blockchain. But it's an interesting proposition, as far as what people are saying, why it'll rise to potentially 50K to 100K, or why this is actually bearish for BTC, because a lot of the miners they're not going to be making as much money. The profits are going to be declining, so you're going to lose a lot of the integrity that the BTC blockchain comes with, as far as plans transactions being processed, so on and so forth. Because the miners are the ones that process your BTC transaction when you're sending it from point A to point B. So yeah, you guys can check out all these articles coming up at the end of this video. Well, not at the end of this video. You guys can check them out right now as you're reading the video. You can read it along with me. But that's it for today, guys. This is your boy CG. I'll be back at you guys with another video tomorrow. Peace. I'm out. Have a great day. Stay safe.